Hello, once again, Kenny Jacobs, and I just need to do another quick video because I actually realized I left out a very important part of the last video. I apologize. Now that I can only do 15-minute long videos, it's easy to kind of rush through these things and forget certain things. I apologize again. But I discussed a generation from Psalm 90 and how it's 70 to 80 years, and then I talked about Israel becoming a nation 70 years ago, and the United Nations 73 years ago. I want to go to Matthew chapter 24. Israel signifies a fig tree. And let's go to Matthew chapter 24. And Jesus says, and this is his famous Olivet Discourse, where the disciples came to him and asked him what would be the signs of his coming and of the end of the age. And Jesus himself said this in Matthew 34, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." Now, what was he referring to, all these things? Well, if you read Matthew 24, he tells you all these things to look for, all these things that would be happening in the end time. And the preterists like to say that Matthew 24 happened by AD 70, but that's just not true. We'll look at verse 29 and 30. "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." Then he tells the parable of the fig tree. Obviously, the passage I just read has not happened yet. That is for the end time. That is the time that we are living in. Jesus said that this generation would not pass. I believe wholeheartedly we are that generation. I also left out in the last video, and I've done videos in the past about this, but if you are new to my channel or haven't watched some of my older videos, the Club of Rome, I believe in 1973, divided the world into 10 regions or 10 divisions. In the Bible, in Revelation and Daniel, you see an image of a seven-headed beast with 10 horns, and it says the 10 horns are 10 kings, and in Revelation it says they haven't received power yet, but they'll give their power to the Antichrist during the final end times. I fully believe that the Club of Rome is going to be working with the United Nations in these last days and be the basis of this one world government with the world divided into 10 nations. I live in the United States, and that is region number 1 is Canada, Mexico, and United States. And we are seeing all of the groundwork being laid for that right now. And I believe that we're probably going to see a major war coming up that will cause extreme devastation. And out of that, the world will be looking for the answer and for this one world type of religion and one world government for peace and safety. So again, I just wanted to go back over that. I believe that Jesus made it clear in Matthew 24 when he was speaking to the disciples that this generation sees all these signs would not pass. And I am a premillennial dispensationalist, and I believe that Matthew chapter 24 is Jesus talking to the Jewish people in the time of Jacob's trouble, not to the church and the church age. I believe the church age is going to be ending very, very soon, the age of grace. And Daniel's 70th week will commence, and we are running out of time, but I just needed to do this quick video to elaborate on that because I feel like the generation stuff is very important to cover. God bless everyone.